So what do you think, Andrew? Should I pour some more of this just to put water in it? What do you think?
Oh, shit.
I don't mean to put a ton of pressure on you.
I just did it, and it's totally a different thing going on.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, the butter in the nose comes out in the finish?
All right. All right, I'm going to do it.
I just did a tiny little bit, and but it's very different.
That's you know, when I first started hanging out with the whiskey idiots at work, lovingly, they started putting like just an eyedropper of drop of water in there, and I was thinking, well, that's ridiculous. But just seeing how that little bit changes the flavor.
Yeah, that's wild. I would have been the same thing before this. I would have been the same. Like, what a drop of water? You're not gonna taste the difference. Yeah. And
honestly, you can water this down to 30%, 25%, 20%, whatever you want, and still get the flavor out of it. But I think at that point, some of the body is knocked out of it, like, just those initial.
Oh, wow.
Which is part of the taste.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I did this.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh boy,
it is like a different. It's like a different whiskey.
It's a different whiskey. Totally.
This is one of those ones that really changes the flavor profile. Yeah. It's very much more citrus.
Yeah.
And more buzz in the end.
Whiskey is so magical. Like
yeah,
it's like magical. It is. I mean, it's cheesy, but it's true. It's just magical.
Oh, would you say, I mean, obviously this is the whole premise of the podcast, but like, I don't think there's another liquor that is as complex and varied as probably Scotch within the context of whiskey, right?
I personally don't think so. I think Irish whiskey has a narrow corridor. I think bourbon has a narrow corridor. I like them. I'm not saying I don't like them.
Yeah.
But I think even wine and beer have beer's starting to get a little bit wider, but nothing to me just wows me like whiskey does.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, I like wine. I've been to wine tastings, and it's like I'm always like, oh, that's good, and I think this is good. Like, and they're definitely different, but it's like think of just like. We've had 4 completely different flavors today because we've had 2 whiskeys and 2 with drops of water, and they're all 4 was like different. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That we can distinguish the difference between those flavors is, I don't know. It blows my mind.
Like tequila is pretty varied with mezcal and everything, but there's still kind of a pretty similar palate versus whiskey can be pretty dramatically different. It's very interesting. I only realized recently that, tequila is a type of mezcal. Mezcal is not a type of tequila. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'd always thought that like mezcal was the Scotch version of tequila, but it's the other way around. Tequila is just like a type of mezcal made in a certain region, a certain type of way.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who
so I'm starting my podcast called I Fucking Love Mescal. No.
You should.
It's just me drinking a margarita every week.
Oh, I wanted to point out,
I'm drinking scotch every week.
I mean, but it's varied. Like it's gonna be. I think there'll be a less, tequila is only like one flavor. It's like, yep, great.
Well, there's some variation in there. I have a friend who collects like high-end tequilas, and there's you can tell the difference. I think a sipping tequila, then I also since we're halfway through the show, I just wanted to point out I'm going to start putting up nerdy things behind me as like a side thing. I don't want to make it a big part of the show, but this is I just got Apocalypse World,
cool,
which I kickstarted when I did Postcard Dungeons. I got the money for Postcard Dungeons, so this was kind of my paying it forward was to get this game, and it just arrived in the middle of quarantine. I've got this game with all of these really ridiculously large figurines.
Oh, I love it so much.
This is like the heft of this, and it's got like on the bottom.
No,
see, there's like the elder sign is there. This is Cthulhu.
That is
right,
so
but
fun.
I have like so many of these, they're all really disturbingly creepy. Like all of them.
So cool.
So yeah.
There's got to be a way to play this while in quarantine. Right?
I'm willing to try it. Like some people, there's no way to do it, but I'm like, yeah, would do do a camera and play it. I'm willing to try it, and I need
I do want to know, on the chart there, which creature represents the flavor you just tasted.
The flavor I just tasted. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with this elemental right here. I think that elemental probably represent because it seems because it's an elemental, and also it seems light and floaty and although these are all demons. So I guess every Scotch is a demon in a way if you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, the one we just had, or the previous one, the first one. I don't know what that would be.
My sweet Leia.
That might be this guy right here.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
His head is basically a strawberry. That makes sense. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's a horrible snake face.
This is Pulgasar. This is Pulgasor. Pulgasar. He's like a giant Edward Scissorhands. Like an evil Edward Scissorhands.
Before I kill you, would you like to taste the best Scotch ever?
Yes. Yeah. It's worth it. In fact, I came here for the Scotch. I don't care about the killing part. I'm just as long as I get Scotch out of it.
We can skip the killing part then and just have Scotch.
All right.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Very good.
Pulgasar is cool, man. You just got to get to know him.
Yeah, Pulgasar's cool.
Very, very, very cooperative with this whiskey.
I like to call him Glen Pulgasar.
Glen Pulgasar.